Shut up!
Welcome back to Conversations with Carol and Cheryl. Today we have a special Thanksgiving episode. How you doing, Cheryl?
I'm good, Carol. How are you?
Good. So tell me what Thanksgiving was like when you were growing up.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm from an Irish Catholic family. There's 5 kids in the family, girl, boy, girl, me being the youngest. I remember always wanting to get fixed up and the nicest sweater I had and come down and help my mom in the kitchen and watch the Macy's Day Parade, and I have a lot of good memories. When I was little, I used to climb up on my dad's shoulders after I was done eating and just sit up there on his neck with my legs dangling over. I guess because I was the youngest of 5, I felt like I had to dominate or something.
Yeah, you needed some height.
And I would look out over the family table, and those are such good memories. He never, ever once said, "Get the hell off my neck."
Aww.
I had a bad day or anything like that. So that was really cute. Some of my funny memories I'm going to share with you. An older sister who her sense of humor leaves a little to be desired. When I was little, she put a bag of peas in my stocking, and she put all this weird stuff in everybody's stocking. She must have come home from drinking or something like that. So I felt my stocking and I was like, oh, I got something really, really good. And it was just a bag of peas.
So you had a stocking for Thanksgiving?
Oh, excuse me. This was Christmas. So I'm talking about a lot of holidays. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Christmas, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, that came to me. I guess it scarred me because it to me on this.
You've never eaten peas since.
So another time, what was funny is I have 2 brothers, and they would always get into some kind of banter. Sometimes it was really funny and entertaining, and other times it was just downright nasty. So one year, they're going back and forth, and finally my brother calls the older brother muscle face. Nobody thought anything of it. All of a sudden, everybody's like, "Hey, where'd he go?" And they checked around the house, his wife, he left. He was so upset over being called muscle face.
Oh my gosh. What is a muscle face?
I have no idea. But I just thought all the things they called each other, asshole, idiot, jerk. And it was muscle face is the one that really got him so hurt that he left.
Did he leave before dinner or after dinner?
I think it was after dinner because it was during dinner that he said it. Yeah, and we always used to joke around too, like after dinner, everybody would be laying around because of the tryptophan in the turkey, which they're now saying is not a product that makes you sleepy, but I disagree with them. But anyway, he would always say, "Whip out the toe tags now after dinner." The muscle face always stuck with me because I couldn't get over that. I have no idea why it hurt him so badly.
Was it ever brought up again?
Me and the younger brother have talked about it. My theory is that my brother had a pale face.
Oh.
And kind of not naughty, but not real smooth and tight. You know what I mean? So there was like little, I don't know. He's white and kind of lumpy on the face. I had no idea. My other brother, he's at a loss too, but we never did ask him himself.
Did anybody call him and say, "Oh, muscle face, come home, come back"?
You're not a muscle face.
You're not a muscle face.
No, I think his wife and daughter then just left afterwards.
Yeah.
I guess they came in separate cars because sometimes he would stay later with the family. She'd want to go home and get the daughter to bed and stuff like that. In typical Irish family, we never addressed it with him. We'll talk about it with others, but not him.
Of course. I'm from an Irish family. We have 5 kids as well. I'm the oldest. You're the youngest out of your 5. Always talk behind the back.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It was always funny when it was about somebody else.
One year, my dad says he wants to have a family meeting after dinner. Oh, my God. I worried all day that my parents were getting divorced, anticipating that all day. After dinner, my dad says, "This family is going to pot." And I'm like, who got busted? Who got caught with the pot? And it turns out he's like, "Y'all need to pitch in and help your mother more." You got to be kidding. All day long, I thought he was talking divorce. But anyway, Oh, and then my dad, he always had to have the electric knife, which used to drive my mom crazy. Be like, just cut the damn turkey. I got to get the electric knife out. I got to put it together. Got to cut it.
You
What?
saw it with the electric knife.
Right.
That's saw. And only the men can use the electric knife.
Funny. That's so true. One year, my older sister kept telling my mom she would get us a turkey, and none of us had faith in her. And we couldn't believe our mom waited till the end. We're like, we kept, checking in on it. Did you get the turkey, Mom? No. So and so said she's going to get it. She'll get it. A few days go by. You get the turkey yet? Nope. We never got the turkey, but she got herself a turkey. So we ended up having roast beef, which made for a very fun Thanksgiving because all we did was crack jokes all night. And so we're sitting down and we're eating and talking behind her back, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And someone comes to the door, and my older brother initiates it first, but he jumps up out of his chair, scoots it back, and throws both hands over the roast beef. And then we all followed suit, and we were dying, covering up the roast beef. Like,
You didn't want anyone to know. No turkey here.
funny is like now with my house, I'm like, we don't have to have turkey. A lot of people do not like turkey, but they still get it. So, I mean, but back then, yeah, I mean, it was a joke, but it was little for real. We were like mortified. We're like, can't believe we're eating roast beef on Thanksgiving. And so then one time after I was married and had kids, I was having a Thanksgiving dinner for my family and everyone was coming over to my house. I started to get a real bad headache, horrible shooting pain. It was making me wince. I had to close my eyes and, it was terrible. It happened like 3 or 4 times. And I was getting a little concerned, so I called Kaiser and I let them know the pain scale 1 through 10. I said, well, when it's intermittent, but when it happens, it's a 10. And dinner was almost ready. I think my family was on their way en route. And she says, you need to hang the phone up and call 911. I can't call 911. I go, I have people coming over. And then all these things are going through my head. Am I having an aneurysm and my kids are going to have to spoon feed me from here on out? These are the things that go through my mind.
Divorce, aneurysms.
All these like my life flashed before my eyes. So as I'm talking, I run my fingers through my head, to kind of like think about what to do. And my fingers hit my headband. And I pulled my headband off and it was instant relief.
Oh my gosh.
You remember those headbands? They would be all metal and then they would pinch in behind the ear with like a expand out. Yeah. And then the loop was twisted and it had a circle at the end because it was like a U shape that they twisted. And then it was that. So it was like that all metal. And that part that pinched in must have been pinching behind my ear. Anyway, I said to the woman, I go, oh my God. I'm like, it was my headband. Oh, you need to put that in your triage. Do you have any headgear on? Oh my God, but I could not believe the pain. It was unbelievable. I never wore one of those again.
Did you have any traditional food on your table every year, like the green bean casserole?
Yes, that was a definite every year. And canned cranberries. Cranberry gel. My dad loved that.
And then you cut it with the electric knife.
It looks like a cranberry can.
Yeah. Did you each get your own can?
No. A lot of people didn't eat it, but that's some good stuff.
It is good.
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so green bean casserole was always a regular in that canned cranberry. Mm-hmm. What about you? Did you guys have a staple like that you did every year?
Well, when I was really little, my mom would put the turkey in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'd get up, have a ritual, get up really early, put the Macy's Thanksgiving parade on, put the turkey in the oven, then proceed to start drinking and forget all about Thanksgiving until the oven was on fire. Did that several years in a row. Mom and Dad got divorced and my dad married. And we had some amazing Thanksgiving dinners. So we had turkey, stuffing. The big hit was mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love that. Salt and butter. Oh, the green bean casserole and then sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top.
Do you think we're related cousins? Do you think we're distant cousins?
Is that what you had on your table?
Yes.
And then, of course, afterwards, the pies.
Oh,
We
yeah.
always had pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie. She would put out different little candies and cookies in these really fancy trays, on the coffee table.
Oh, right. Yes. I
Did you guys
love
get
that.
M&Ms?
Yes. And
Yeah, I don't
Hershey Kisses.
Hershey Kisses, all different kinds of kisses. They only had two back then. I think regular and the ones with the stripes on them or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would all get together, dress up, make up a really nice table. The food was amazing. And like you guys, afterwards, total food coma. Sit
Yes.
around, watch football. It was usually the Redskins against Dallas. And that's back when the Redskins were really good. But yeah, those were really happy memories. And then later, when my mom got sober, she would start working on Thanksgiving like weeks ahead of time.
Wow.
She would get those 9 by 12 aluminum trays, and she would open every kind of can that you could get at Safeway. So she'd get like cans of corn and dump them in, and then get another tray of canned green beans. And then she'd make Hungry Jack instant mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah. My mom made that one year. She used to make, like real mashed
Fresh.
potatoes.
Yeah.
And she made that one year. And my aunt, who was from Ireland, was over. And the son came to my mom and said, "What did you do?" Her mashed potatoes. And my mom said they're instant. They loved them. Her kids loved them. But anyway, I thought that was so funny.
They went home with a bunch of boxes of Hungry Jack.
I
Well,
do that now. I don't waste my time with all that. I use a Hungry Jack. It's delicious.
yeah, they are really good. Well, that's where I was going with this. So this was back in maybe the 80s, early 90s. And she'd open all these cans and do all this instant prep, make a ham and a turkey, make homemade gravy, the stuffing. She'd put the stuffing actually in the turkey. A lot of people don't do that now because I guess if you don't cook it correctly, everybody can get sick from it.
Right.
I don't know. So anyway, it turned out to be really good. This was back when convenience, opening a can, mixing something out of a box, that was the in thing. We moved from real food to that kind of fake food. And now we're back around to everything has to be locally grown, organic. And in my family, when I had kids, what we would do is I would make a reservation.
Oh, my.
I
Are you good at that?
am so good at it. So you wouldn't think that restaurants would even be open for Thanksgiving, but I found these fantastic restaurants that would have Thanksgiving buffet dinners. Talk about pigging out. I never ate turkey at these things. Would eat the raw oysters, the lobster mac and
Oh,
cheese,
my
the
gosh.
mashed potatoes, a bunch of pieces of pie. And what was so great, there's no cleanup, there's no prep. You show up, you eat, and you leave. Bad thing about it is about 4 hours later, you're starving and there's no food in the house and there's no leftovers. So it's not like they let you box up a bunch to take home because that's something I really enjoyed when I was younger was the leftovers the next day, pulling it all out with the foil and making another huge plate and then going into another food coma. Yeah, with my kids, no, there was no family geographically convenient to me, and I refused to drive anywhere for the Thanksgiving holiday. You do that once. At least for me, I don't like anybody enough to get on the Jersey Turnpike the
Right,
Wednesday
right.
before Thanksgiving. That's just not going to happen. Really animate about it to this day. I would eat Cheerios alone before I get on the Jersey Turnpike for Thanksgiving week. For my kids, we didn't really have anyone geographically convenient, so it was just us, the four of us. I tried to make it really special. And then about last year, yeah, it was last year, I cooked my first Thanksgiving for my kids.
You're first?
My first.
Wow.
They insisted. I don't know why they thought that was important. Mom, you need to cook and we're going to come over and eat. I'm like, all right, well, what do you guys want? We want a turkey. We want a ham. So I did. And, I can cook, not
Right.
totally lame. So I did. It was a huge effort, put the food out. Everybody ate in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's the
And
most thankless meal to fix.
so I'm really looking forward to this year. I'm having dinner with my parents. It's really great because they've made a reservation and we're going to go to an all you can eat buffet. Life is good.
That is a nice way to do it. I thought about doing that this year too. I said to the kids, "Do you want to stay home or you want to go out?" And they were like, "Stay home." And I was like, "Okay." I don't cook that often.
So what are you
So,
going to do? Do they help you?
no,
You
no.
do everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I make it easy on myself. Like this year, I will just do a turkey breast like I
Hmm.
did last year. I do the instant stuff and Kraft macaroni and cheese because that's what
Hmm.
my son thinks is homemade.
They love that stuff.
Yeah. My daughter's vegan. So I'll have to do roasted vegetables for her and do some tofu, something or other. The tofurkey we tried 2 years in a row when I went vegan for about 5 months, and it's terrible. I'll fry her up some, saute some tofu and make something work for her. So
That'll be nice. I think it's nice having everyone together.
yeah, it's nice. We sit around and we watch the Macy's Day Parade, and then about 2 years ago we did that Black Beetle challenge where you stand still. It was a craze there for a while, so I
Oh,
want to do that every year now.
and you freeze it, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And you take a picture of everybody in a frozen motion?
Well, it's a video.
Oh, a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. It's just silly. It's just something fun to do, but I want to do it every year now. And then it will also show the age and the hairstyles and the difference, but in a fun way, you know what I mean? But you got me thinking. I remember on Thanksgiving, we would eat almost all day. My mom would fix appetizers and stuff. And one of the ones that was so delicious that she did was she'd get the lump crab meat and then she'd roll out cream cheese flat between wax paper, and then she'd drape it over the big lump of crab meat, cocktail sauce on it, and then put the club crackers around it. So delicious.
That sounds really good. Trying to think what appetizers we had. Shrimp cocktail,
Okay.
always a big one. Cheese and crackers. I forgot about that. The appetizers and the salad too. We always had a salad.
Oh, that we didn't have. Too much of a starch family for
Well,
salad.
nobody ate it.
Right.
We all went for the mashed potatoes. There was never any seconds left.
Like, who's going to fill up on that?
Did your mom make up a really nice table?
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Like
we would have a
plates that you
beautiful
only
table.
use once a year or something?
Yep. Yep. The sterling silver flatware, the china. It was beautiful. Yeah, we always had a really nice table. Yeah,
That's
it
why
was
you had
nice.
to have the salad for the salad fork, even though nobody used it.
Right.
All
Good.
of that china and the silver. Do you still have it?
Older sister had bought her that beautiful Royal Albert, I think it was, with the gold trim and roses on it or whatever. It was beautiful. And it was a setting for 8. And when
Mm.
my mom, when she moved out of the house, she didn't need a setting for 8. So she gave it back to my sister. It was very pretty. And before that, we had one that, you remember those weeds that I can't even describe what they were like. But anyway, it would look like, it was like a grass of some sort that was on the plate.
The print on the plate looked like grass. Okay.
Yeah, and then we had the one where the blue and white china,
Hmm.
where the lovebirds, it was 2 lovers, a bridge. Do you remember that story?
I don't think
Like I
so.
think some lovers jumped off this bridge, and then 2 birds would always fly over, and it's on a set of china.
Oh, okay.
You'd recognize the print. It's pretty
Yeah.
common. Anyway, we had that too.
Yeah, we had a beautiful table setting. I don't have any of that.
Yeah, I
I
don't either.
I don't really use paper plates, but maybe one step up from that for Thanksgiving last year when I did it.
Stuff that doesn't break, or you can put it in the oven.
Oh, the Corel.
Corel.
Yeah.
So I'll put those Corel plates on the silver plate, and then it looks nice, and I'll fold napkins nicely or something like that. I wanted to get cloth napkins, but I hate that. You pull them out of the dryer and they've got hair on them or something. You know what I mean? They got static or yeah, the older I get, the weirder I get. So I don't like the cloth
Oh,
napkins.
yeah.
I just try to get nice big napkins.
Well, what I think is so funny now with technology and social media, everybody is going to take a picture of their table and post it on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. And then people who don't do that, they're like me that don't have matching plates. Yeah, I'm not going to advertise that.
That's so. Maybe if I have a nice table setting this year, if I can make up something nice, I'll take a picture and post it
Put it on Facebook.
with how you can make Corel look fancy.
Dressing up our Corel. The one thing that I do just for myself, my own little ritual, is I do try and spend the day being thankful for all the great things that I have, the people in my life. I'm very, very grateful. I try to do that every day, but I love doing it on Thanksgiving. But what really cracks me up is we're all together on Thanksgiving, we're all grateful, and then Black Friday hits.
Right. See ya. Bye.
Get out of my way. That's my parking space. I got that TV. Take a step back. Then very next day. That's what's so funny.
Well, it's sad now because it even starts in the early evening, pre-Black Friday. Black Friday, one time I took the kids out because I'd never done a Black Friday.
Right.
And we went out after Thanksgiving, and it was the biggest bust. We went to Potomac Mills Mall. And there was supposed to be a DJ there, so I'm thinking it's a big setup. It was a little folding table. Walked by him, didn't even notice him. You know, it was nothing. Mm-hmm. The lines were long for maybe $5 off a pair of jeans.
So for Black Friday, my kids wanted to go one year. My thought on it is get a job and pay retail and just skip Black Friday altogether. There's no need to participate in it. But they just wanted to see what it was all about. And they were maybe 12 and 14 at the time. And it was back maybe 10 years ago when Black Friday really was something. The first 100 people would get a deal. You remember that? And people would line up. They stopped doing it because someone's going to get their eye poked out or something. It was too dangerous. So I told them, okay, we're going to go. We're going to go to Walmart. This is a mistake, okay? We're in Rehoboth Beach, which is a resort beach town in Delaware. But everything around it is kind of poor. A lot of people, the only way they could get a 50 or 60 inch TV was to be one of those first 100 people on Black Friday. Otherwise, they couldn't afford it or they're not going to get it. It was a real Black Friday drama experience. So anyway, we go at midnight because that's when it starts. Of course, you can't get a parking space within 2 miles of the store. I had waited until the line went in, but the store was so crowded you couldn't even walk. And then everyone had the TVs. I guess that was the big thing. It was the TVs, the Xbox. I think that was it. My kids could not believe it. They're like, whoa. They had never seen anything like it.
Were they impressed or disgusted?
No, they were just like, wow, people act like this. They had never seen anything, people hurrying to get to an item. Because you had to be the first 50 or the first 100 or the first 25. There was no deal after that. It was just regular price or be discounted, but they wouldn't have enough in stock. In there for maybe 30 minutes. And I was terrified, honestly, the whole time. Is somebody going to pull out a gun? Is there going to be a riot? There were so many people in there. So we never did that again.
My kids have gone. I haven't. I did it after that one time. That's enough for me. I thought it was really overrated. Factors, I don't know why they do that. They would make so much money. I don't get the limited numbers.
Oh, on the inventory?
Yeah, because the people that are making out are the people that buy it and then sell it double or triple. So why wouldn't they just make enough? I never understood that concept of doing that.
Well, we'll have to do a whole show around Christmas.
Yeah.
And the whole Santa Claus thing, because I have a great story about that. Do you tell your kids there's a Santa?
Yeah, I was confronted by my daughter one time, and you know what I did what parents do? Lied.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Well, the older kid is saying there's no such thing as Santa. I'm like, yep, you're right. And the younger kid was livid. You're a liar. Why would you lie about that? I was an idiot. I don't even know why I went down that road. That's just because I'm a bad mom. I had no clue.
You're not a bad.
Remember that? I'm like, oh, that was a fail. Yeah. But I just figured he was going to tell her, so let me just tell her. Let's all be grown-ups now at 9 and 11.
Yeah. My my daughter had found her teeth. I had kept the teeth that they lost,
Oh,
and she was so upset. I mean, she was livid. What is this? And I was so taken back. I was in my room laying down or something. And what is this? There's no tooth fairy? What? And so I told her, no, there's not. And she goes, what about the other stuff? Is there a Santa? And I was just like, oh my God. And I'm like, yes, it's just the tooth fairy. I literally felt nervous, like, oh my God, this kid's going to call me out. But yeah, it was so funny. She was very upset when she found that. And you kind of think, with school and all that stuff, they kind of know, but they just choose to believe.
yeah. I messed up the tooth fairy too. So one time Timmy lost a tooth. Mommy, look, I lost a tooth. I'm like, all right, put it under your pillow and the tooth fairy will come. I was so tired from working, whatever. I'm not going to make an excuse, but I was tired and I didn't do it. I forgot. So he wakes up the next morning. The tooth fairy didn't come. And I'm like, oh, well, go brush your teeth and we'll see about that. So of course, I go run in there and put the dollar under his pillow.
Yeah.
I'm like, check now. Maybe you just didn't see it. He's like, Mom, you put it there. No, I didn't. I lied, but he knew I was lying. And I was so mad at myself. I was so mad. All my brothers and sisters, I was the oldest. I made sure that the tooth fairy came for them. Whatever, 40 years, and then I forget the one time with my kid. I was so mad at myself the entire day. I'm like, you're a loser. Loser.
Well, I didn't realize how stressful that was because I would get home with the kids and the tooth is dangling, by like a piece of gum. And you're like, oh God, I didn't stop at the store and get one's cash on me.
Right.
And
Oh,
what
yeah.
a pain in the rear that was.
You're stealing the money from your other kid. You're going into their money stash to give the tooth fairy for the other kid. That's what I would do. Now it's a double lie. No, I didn't take your money.
Right. Now you're just a really bad person.
We had $4, not $5. I don't think so. Well, the big thing about the teeth, if you had a dangler on it, I was so into that. I just love pulling those teeth.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. And my kids were pretty cool about it because it was ready. Only one time it wasn't ready when I did it, and it was with my niece, Aunt Carol. Wiggle my tooth. So I'm wiggling it. It's not ready, but it could be with a little bit of pressure.
Right.
So I yanked it. There was blood everywhere. She's screaming. My sister-in-law, I've never seen her so mad at me. We're really close. We're Velcro sisters. She's still mad at me to this day for pulling that tooth. Can't stand that. Wiggling it with the tooth, and then it gets stuck in the food, and then they swallow it. It's like, come here. I can take care of that.
That's funny.
And probably my sister-in-law was mad at me because she didn't have any ones. That's probably what it was after talking to you.
Yeah. I was not prepared to be the tooth fairy tonight. Did you ever have one of your parents tie the string around it and shut the doorknob? Or
I
those
tried
ones?
that. That was so dumb. Like, who came up with that idea? Did you do it?
I think I had that done once, or one of us had it. I think I would have remembered if it was me, but I definitely remember it being done.
It definitely happened in my house. Of course, we didn't have string, so we used dental floss.
Yeah.
Just pull out the whole roll of dental floss because you couldn't just have a little tied to the doorknob. It had to be across the room, so you slam the door. Well, we've reached the end of our time. I invite you to like our Facebook page, Conversations with Carol and Cheryl, and keep the conversations going.